All right. I think we're in.
Wonderful.
Now, how long for people to show up? That's the question. I should probably start making tweets and stuff.
I'll message
You'll message who?
the server.
Oh, okay. Yes, good thinking, good thinking. Now, what is the link to this stream? Where do I get that? How do I... Let me just check our YouTube. Whoa, 6 people. Hello, SMJ Hadsock. How's it going? How's it going? All right, there's a button right here that says this is the stream URL, but it's like a bunch of random letters that doesn't sound right. It's like RTMP. That's not a website. Let us know if our volumes need adjusting. I did this on the fly, so if one of us is too loud or too quiet, go ahead and just let us know. Hello, Brandon, and I believe that's supposed to be Muhammad S24, Caster for Life. That's a familiar name.
Oh, yeah, Caster for Life's here.
Yeah, recognize that one from Twitter a lot. All right, Zero. Go get the link to our stream using. Actually, no, I could get my phone. Never mind. I'll let some viewers come in, give it a couple minutes, and then we'll go over what the plan is for today.
Wonderful.
For anyone curious, we could not get Zero's mic working and his camera at the same time, so we had to settle for just his mic, and in his place, we've brought the Gorilla's version of Zero. All right. Link. I need to send that link.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Alright, great. My intro to this channel came from a Nier video, which was algorithm blessing me because Nier is my favorite Death Note character. That's a very common origin story for us. That Nier video did us a lot of good.
Yeah.
I would say the most common. I don't go through comments too much, so maybe you have a different perspective. But from my understanding, the most common comments we get saying where they came from are usually Nier or that Full Metal Alchemist video. All right, now pull up my Facebook where I sent myself a link. Excellent, excellent. It's all coming together. I now have the link, and I will now tweet it. We are live.
Hey.
Come join us to discuss anything and everything, and maybe win a book. Tweet. What's been tweeted?
Hey, guy 1 and guy 2. The first donation of the stream.
I didn't even realize I had donations available. Yeah, see, there we go. A What is Truth person. Did you watch the Fate series, and what are your opinions on it? We watched Fate Zero for a review, which is a video on this channel you could find in the playlist Kato Reviews. That should have everything we've ever done a review on. And we did Fate Zero. I started Unlimited Blade Works, but I did not get too deep into it, and I do plan on it, because that show looks very, very good.
I watched some Fate Stay Night after Fate Zero, and right. I also didn't finish that.
We have 2 donations now, so I should probably say this at the top, that I appreciate the donations, but more pertinent is that we are currently raising funds for the Kato anthology. Actually, let me switch my scene here and I'll show you guys. There's some chess. We're currently raising funds for this Kickstarter, which is the Kato anthology, which is our community comic book anthology. It's a collection of 10 short comics, 2 from us, 8 from you guys, the viewers. And we already surpassed our goal of $2,300 to get the book printed. We are currently aiming for the first stretch goal, which is a additional art print going out to everyone who receives a physical book of this beautiful drawing by one of the contributors named Nas in the Sky. You follow her on Twitter. If we pass 3,500, we reach that stretch goal. Everyone will get an art print. And additionally, if we pass it by the end of this stream, we have agreed that we will be giving away a free book and maybe a little bit more, depending if we come up with something. I was thinking. So I did a little bit of a tease on Twitter about what the stretch goal after this one would be, because I'm pretty confident with 15 days to go, we will get the amount of money if we don't get it today. I was thinking that I can maybe give away the first print I did for the upcoming stretch goal, which if you don't follow us on Twitter, the next stretch goal is a pair of Kato themed chess pieces. That's right, everyone here who's come from Code Geass, we all know you're a bunch of chess addicts. We're going to be playing chess today. I'm not very good, but you know, it's a bit of a staple for our live stream. And in congruence with that, we have designed 2 chess pieces, if I could find them, that coincide with the some of the most popular shows on our channel, shows that we know you guys like Avatar: The Last Airbender and Hunter x Hunter. So as you can see here, these are custom designed. I hired an artist and a 3D modeler, and if you can see in the background, there we go. If you can see in the background, I have a 3D printer right there. So I will be 3D printing all of these myself. If we pass 4,500 on the Kickstarter, we're going to be giving a free pair of Kato chess pieces to everyone who's getting a physical reward. And I figured, if we pass 3,500 on this live stream, by the end of this live stream, not only will we give away a free copy of the book, I will give away these 2 Kato chess pieces depicted in the picture, which are the very first pieces I ever printed. So this would be quite literally a first edition. Let me pull them up. Yep, I have them right here. Let me put them up to the camera. You can see that. That is supposed to be Sokka in his wolf armor. It is a knight piece. And then we also have Kurapika as a bishop in his York new
Come on, these pieces are amazing. They're so cool. I want them.
well, you'll get them. I promise that. Zero. Regardless of whether or not we hit the stretch goal, I will give you these pieces. Well, not these pieces. These pieces are to be given away if we do hit the stretch goal as part of a, very charitable donation on our part. But you will get them regardless. You will get your own. So the link link to the Kickstarter will be in the description. As you can see on the side of the screen, we are also adding people's names who have pledged. So if you want a shout out and you want your name on the stream, that will also be there.
All right, let's answer some chat questions.
Very well.
Brendan asks, what are some anime YouTubers we watch? Fave anime reviewers?
Anime reviewers. I don't know if I watch many reviewers, but there are definitely anime YouTubers I watch, just like general analysis content. Well, I'll pull up our subscriptions. How about that? Is this incriminating? Should I not do this?
Go ahead.
All right.
And if you don't see your own name, do better.
Or maybe we just haven't heard of you. That's, in fact,
that's actually likely. Way more likely.
Yeah. I apologize for the sirens in the background, if you could hear that. Well, probably the one I watch the most of, and this might just be because she puts out videos less frequently, so it's easier to stay up to date, is Mathwiz. Mathwiz, I watch her content a lot.
Yep.
Let's see, who else?
Both big math fans.
Otaku Terriet, that's a peer of ours that we watch. Just recently got into Legend of Galactic Heroes. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's a team of 3, but one of them is in our Discord server, so
And we gotta shout
he's
out.
really the only one we care about.
We gotta shout out AnyTube Digest, the AnyTuber #1 favorite channel. We all watch it. We all love it. Shabe's weekly roundup of all the good AnyTube content. That's
Yeah,
one I watch a lot of, mostly just to see if he talks
and
about us.
yeah, I tune in every week to see if we're there, even if we don't post a video.
Yeah, maybe he just like caught one of our videos in the algorithm, or maybe he decided, let's go through the backlog. Never happens. Has never happened, but
And Shapes' channel, Karibo-kun, is also good content.
yes. Also, they post a lot of AMVs on that channel. Not only, but there is a lot of AMVs that are pretty good.
Yeah. Kind of makes me want to start doing AMVs. I feel like I'm getting into the game way too late.
AMVs are fun and cool, but it is a lot of just finding clips, and that is easily my least favorite part about editing. What is a next question? Now, my question is, this comes from SJM Hadsock. Have you seen the G.I. Joe cartoons or the movies? Do you plan on seeing this new Snake Eyes movie? I could 100% say I've only ever seen G.I. Joe movies when I was very little and had no real concept for what was happening. So I don't have a good opinion of it.
Well, you know me. I watched all the G.I. Joe movies in theaters, and none of the cartoons. I really just thought Snake Eyes was cool. So I probably will check out the new Snake Eyes movie, but I can't claim to be a huge fan of the franchise. Not enough characters actually commit to the silent type. He literally never speaks, and that's always been the coolest thing about Snake Eyes.
It looks like someone increased their pledge, maybe. Someone just increased their pledge by a lot, because we're now only $19 away. But I don't know who it was, because it wasn't a new pledge. So whoever it is just gave us $100, and thank you, whoever it was. I don't know who it was.
Reveal yourself.
Yeah, if you want to reveal yourself in the chat, I could give you a proper shout out and update your name on the little scrolling thing.
Oh, was it Strayed? Or he may have just been like checking the actual Kickstarter link.
I don't know. He will have to tell me. Came from your Korra deconstruction video, which is still one of my favorite Korra videos on YouTube. God bless your heart. I received a lot of heat for that video. And unfortunately, it is blocked in everywhere except Canada. I think Canadians are the only ones that can watch that Korra video, and there's just nothing I can do about it, really, other than just remake it entirely, which is a possibility. I'm not ruling that out. It is possible that I remake it. But yeah, it's currently unavailable to everyone except Canada. Oh, well, that was really quick.
All right, stream's over. Later, suckers.
Okay, we just got 3,500. That was the intended goal. So I guess we're going to be doing a giveaway. Should we do the giveaway now, or should we wait until the end? What do you think? Should we string these guys along for the next 2 hours or whatever?
Yeah, I feel like the people who are here now are the ones who really deserve it.
That's true. But then what if they all leave after the stream? You guys won't leave, will you? All right, hold on.
People have already left.
Let me... Oh, so this is not a new backer again. This is just people increasing their pledge. So I don't know who it was precisely. I only have a list of new names. I don't have a list of old people who updated. So if you want to shout it out, tell me who you are in chat, and I will update you as I can. As someone who makes AMVs, the hardest part is starting, because you most likely have no clips to use. So you're going around the internet, finding clips and how the anime is either dubbed or raw. Oh, that was easily the hardest part, which is that finding raw clips. Because not every anime has an English dub. So you're a lot of times dealing with stuff that's hard subtitled, and that was a huge pain.
Yeah.
I think nowadays it's probably a little bit easier. I think the landscape might have changed, but it definitely wasn't always like that. Straight says he could have just PM'd me, guys, instead of all these formalities. Straight, I'm not gonna PM you saying like, "Hey, we need $100. Can you up your pledge?" I appreciate the thought. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and add your name to this thing. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I don't know precisely how it's going to work. But I don't even think I have you down at all, because you might have been one of the earlier ones. All right, so I'm gonna put straight idea, and I don't know how much you gave, so I'm just gonna put $1 million.
That's a good idea.
1 million. It goes off the screen. It doesn't even fit.
Just put infinite zeros.
I'll just put three fat dollar signs. All right.
Great idea. Excellent. The money man.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Straight. All right. So what did we decide we're just going to do the giveaway now?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's do the giveaway now. And how about this? If we do another, let's say $100 by the end of the stream, then we'll do a second giveaway, just to give some people some time who didn't happen to catch the notification for us streaming within the first 5 minutes. So
that sounds.
Let's do the giveaway. How do I do a giveaway? That is an interesting. 219. Straight, you gave us 219.
Oh my goodness! What a hero!
Jesus Christ! Everyone, give it up for Strayed. This guy,
yeah.
he put the Kickstarter on his back.
I assume we would just randomize the participants, but I'm looking at the participants.
Yeah, how do I get the participants?
Not enough names. Oh, over the chat.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we? Oh wow, you guys are getting a fat deal. It's early enough in the stream that there's not a ton of you guys, so the chances of winning a free book here are pretty high. Pretty high. Diablo 64, we currently hit our stretch goal of 3,500 on the Kato Anthology Kickstarter that we're running, which is an anthology for our first ever community comic book, so to speak. And because we hit 3,500, we are going to be giving away a free copy of the Kato Anthology as soon as I figure out how to do a giveaway. I think there's a tool. There's a tool in... Let me switch the screen for a second. There's a tool in Streamlabs that will let us do this, and I just need to find it. Streamlabs. Log in. Yes. This is exactly what I need, of course.
Let's just ask who wants it.
Yeah, who wants one, huh? Who wants it?
So,
any more questions? You want to just read off some questions?
This guy asked, what is the favorite video you guys have on your channel?
That was a great question. I kind of think I have different favorites for different sort of moods I might be in, or like the type of content I'm thinking about. So for example, my general favorite would probably be the Watchmen video I did. It's just like 3 minutes long. It's a very tight, quick point being made about a show with, in my opinion, some pretty slick editing. It was very inspired by Every Frame a Painting, which is the godfather of all analysis on YouTube, basically. That one is probably the one I'm most proud of. But
you like that one? I mean, you have similar videos with Tyrion Lannister and Tsukishima. So you think that one beats both of those?
Well, I think both of those I was going to say both of those kind of feel more like AMVs than analysis videos, but one of those is Game of Thrones, which is definitely not an anime, unless...
Game of Thrones is anime, actually.
So the difference between those and the Watchmen video is that Watchmen, I do talk in it. It just is not as much talking. So there still is
Yes.
like a specific vocal point being made, as where the other ones are sort of like, I guess you would call them like, maybe like,
It's more like presented without commentary.
yeah, they're a analysis of the character's arc, but only done through showing clips, which are still cool. I like those videos, but yeah, the Watchmen one is probably close to my favorite. What about you?
So I've put way too much thought into this question. I like I consider it part of the process of improving my content to like analyze my own content. And my favorites have shifted around quite a bit. I'd say my recent favorite, and this is probably going to be an unpopular pick, is actually my politics in my anime video, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. This one, I mean, it's a controversial video, but Tropical Robot's comment basically just makes it my favorite video of mine.
What did he say?
Hold on, I have to pull it up.
What are your fave genres of animes to watch and fave to analyze? Genres of anime to watch, a good sports anime hits like no other. It really does. I think there are less of them that I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I'd give it the full, like, definitely my favorite, but the peaks of a sports anime, whew, that's delicious. Other than that, maybe a good comedy, but there's even less of those. Because I'm thinking like a One Punch Man or Kaguya-sama. Those are probably some of my favorite anime ever. But like the list is so small.
Did you ever watch Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto?
I watched it with you, not the full thing.
Oh,
I watched a good amount.
that was a funny one. I like that one.
Yeah, it's. I think I'm very particular about my comedies. I like the type of comedy that if it's a 12 episode season, 11 episodes are hilarious, and then one of them makes me cry. And that's precisely what One Punch Man, Kaguya-sama, those types of comedies really hit for me. And then Sakamoto, I did not watch the full thing, but it felt more just straight comedy all the time, which is maybe less interesting to me.
So, my answer to this question, my fave genres to watch. I mean, I consume the most battle shonen, so I'm prepared to just throw that out as an answer. I also like seinen. I read a lot of seinen manga now, but probably still more battle shonen. And I always come back to it because it's what I think of when I think of anime, you know? But my favorite genres to analyze are the more cerebral animes, the thrillers with, you know, plot that you can deconstruct and deep characters. You know, the stuff that gets views.
Yeah, the favorite one to analyze is Avatar: The Last Airbender, Full Metal Alchemist. What else has passed over 1 million views? Those ones are pretty fucking hype, if you ask me.
Yeah, those are our favorite ones.
Favorite classic anime.
Also, those are the only two shows that have passed 1 million views on our channel. But Code Geass is climbing. We're at 810,000.
And even
Everyone
more
go watch the
surprising,
Man Behind the Mask video.
even more surprising is the Book of Eli video. The Book of Eli video is about to break 1 million too. I made that video.
That's not surprising at all, man. This video is extremely popular.
I made that video thinking it would get absolutely no views, but I knew the screenwriter was active on Twitter, and I just wanted to like get that connection. You know, I wanted to be able to tweet at him like, "Hey, I made this video. You know, watch it." And he did. He watched it. He tweeted it out, and he messaged me saying it was good and that it was pretty spot on to what his intentions were. So it was a total success in that field, and then it was like in the coming months,
snowballing.
Yeah, like for the first couple months, it was as I expected, a couple thousand views, which is, you know, like that's a baseline for us. That sounded like I was flexing. It did all right, but it did not perform in any notable way, which is perfectly fine. It succeeded in what I needed out of it. And then suddenly, not only did it become one of our most viewed videos for no reason seemingly, it also is one of our highest CPM videos. Like for a long time, like if I ever look at our stats and it's like, whoa, we made a weird amount of money this month, like this is higher than usual, it's almost always because, oh, for some reason this video the Eli video started getting views again. It like popped in the algorithm or something, and because of it our CPM skyrockets out of the roof.
The Eli video has more views than the Nier video, which is 2 years older. And also, like, the comments on this video are what I think really helps it in the algorithm. It has almost 3,000 comments, probably the most on our channel. And
what are they?
A lot of them are like paragraphs upon paragraphs of like theological ramblings. And I don't know, it gets that interaction.
And the crazy
makes
thing
it pop off in the algorithm.
The crazy thing is, I don't actually think I say anything that crazy in the video. Like, I'm not even like profoundly deep about like.
None of these comments are about what you're saying. It's all everyone just trying to offer their own thoughts, which is great.
Yeah, my basically the summary of what I was saying is like, I think this movie is about institutional religion being bad, and that was it. That's all I ever said. Like, that's not even a particularly deep profound insight. It's just, it is what the video is about, what the movie's about. And the movie, I mean, I like the movie a lot, but the movie's not like, you know, it's more of an action than like some thought-provoking insane, you know, Oscar movie. But you know, I guess people just need a platform. People are just looking for a platform to write their essays in, and hey, I'm happy to be it.
Actually, What is Truth? It's sort of similar in that regard, like the theological ramblings. It's just a bunch of comments that have almost nothing to do with the video itself, but we welcome them because they help.
Yeah. I kind of suspect that religion on YouTube might be a surprisingly like low-key popular thing, or like a profitable thing to make content about.
Hey, why are you giving away our trade secrets right now?
But it's despite being profitable, it's not something I want to do. Like, there are things that, listen,
yeah,
I'm willing to sell out. Like, I like the content we make. If it turned out that I needed to only ever cover Blue's Clues to make some money, I might make some Blue's Clues videos. I'm not above it, but there's a limit. There's a limit, right? I'm not gonna wade into the trenches on like actual controversial, you know, religious debate. I don't know if I could do that.
I might take the dive because honestly, I've been loving this controversial content of mine recently. Like, I've gotten so much backlash in my comments from the Nina video, the Dark Shadows of Britannia Society, and the Legend of the Galactic Heroes video that I referenced earlier. There's just, you know,
all right,
just sort of political shitstorms. And I don't know, like, reading these comments, it fuels me.
All right. Oh, look! When we're on this screen, the super chats pop up with a GIF of Aang. I forgot I had set that up.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Nubes, do you even have? Yeah, Nubes give us another $2. Do you even have a copy of the book yet? Just pledge to the Kickstarter and get a copy of the book instead of giving us money here.
He has to flex.
I mean, listen, I'll take the super chats too. You know what? All right, how about this? If it's easier for you guys and you want to give us super chats, I will take all the super chats from today and just put it into the Kickstarter as part of my own pledge. If that, I mean, you're not going to get any rewards because there's no way for me to manage that. But if you want to just give us like $1 or $2, then I will add them up after the stream and manually put them into the Kickstarter.
It's a good idea.
Diablo64 says, "All right, boys, gonna make a religious cult on YouTube." Well, listen.
Hell yeah.
We're not above it. We are not above it. Blue's Clues, the spice of life, coming soon to the channel. I do think Blue's Clues is... There's a certain sect of kid shows that would do really well on YouTube, you know, and I might have tapped into it a little bit with Avatar, right? That's not... No, the Avatar stuff is not me selling out my soul. I love Avatar. I grew up on Avatar. You know, there's a reason I have so much to say about it. It's because it's an amazing show. But shows like Avatar, shows that came out around that time, Teen Titans, Blue's Clues. Oh, these are not the same. These are not on the same field. But
one of these things is not like the other.
Danny Phantom is an untapped gold mine. I'm convinced of it. Whoever is the first to strike on Danny Phantom is going to be a millionaire.
And actually, I've been watching some Danny Phantom recently, like trying to see if there's any material there, but I have not been able to make it work. So whoever the genius is that's gonna come claim the gold lying in the streets.
AJ Zulu asks, "Sorry if asked already, any plans to do more books like this to feature more artists?" That is a fantastic question. And yes, we do have, well, I would say we don't have plans, but we do have ambitions.
We have hopes and dreams.
So just to give a little bit of a background look into what it took to make this anthology, we started conceptualizing this back in December, 7 months ago at this point. And then we really started putting the grind in maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And if you follow the channel, you know that in the past couple months, particularly the past month, content on the channel has not been super fast. You know, we are not releasing videos weekly because we're putting so much effort into this Kickstarter and working on the Kickstarter, communicating with all the artists and all that. On top of all the work going into it, it also cost me $2,000 of my own money. Before the Kickstarter even launched, I had paid that out to all the artists because it was really important to us that we, you know, that this wasn't us just trying to grift our community or whatever. That this was, we are looking for people with talent. We want to give them a platform and we want to pay them to be a part of our book and all that. So $2,000 of our own money, that's not even included in this Kickstarter goal, right? So this $3,500 we raised, it's possible that after this, you know, this was enough to print the book, but it's possible that once this Kickstarter is over, we will still have lost money. And because of that, it is likely that we cannot do another anthology for a while until I have more money to invest into it, basically. Now, the caveat to that is if this Kickstarter does well enough and it goes, you know, out of the red and we start making a profit, then we could start looking at like, all right, do we want to do another one of these at the end of the year? And, you know, we really want to. So it's really just a logistics question. If the Kickstarter does well enough.
In the perfect world, we start working on the next Kickstarter immediately.
Yeah. We do have a number in mind for the next volume 2 of the Kato anthology. And ideally it would start, like we would start looking for people by the end of the year. But we don't want to release that number yet because, you know, we want to build up to it before and see if we could even get close. Cause you know, just to be frank with you guys, it's a really high number. So yeah, basically depending on the success of the Kickstarter, we would like to do more of these. So if you haven't gotten a book already, consider going to the link in the description and giving us a couple bucks. It's only $5 to get the digital copy. Of course.
Yeah, and that's 10 comics that you'd be getting for $5.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
The anthology is over 80 pages long, so it has pretty good value. $5 is not a lot. If you pledge 15, your name goes in the book, right? So there's gonna be a page at the end as a special thanks to all of our backers. Anyone above the $15 tier is going to be in that page, credited however they like, and then $30 to get the actual thing. So if you're an aspiring artist, even if you don't want the book, if you're an aspiring artist, there is some incentive to get it anyways, as a way to just invest in a project that could potentially be a platform for you in the future.
Are we done with this question? Because it was a good one I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
This one's more pointed at me. Jitenra Tomar asks, as you have multiple videos on Code Geass and not much else of Mecha, assuming you love the political aspect, you think that there is a need for some non-shonen to become as mainstream as Boku no Hero Academia? There's a bit to unpack here. I'd first like to address why I have like a lot of Code Geass videos and not much else of Mecha. And it's true that I haven't seen a lot of Mecha, but there are like 3 or 4 Mecha shows I've seen that I just never made videos about. And I think for me, the appeal of Code Geass isn't really so much in the mecha. I mean, obviously, the giant robots fighting is great and fun, and I love it. But it's largely about aspects surrounding that. And the other mecha I've seen, and I've even asked for like recommendations, it just hasn't scratched the same itch. Like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is not a mecha, comes significantly closer to scratching that itch than the mecha I've checked out. So I do think it's correct to assume that the political aspect is what I'm really here for. Wow. I'm not entirely sure what the actual question is trying to ask.
About on the note of like popularity compared to a popular shonen, I think totally, and you know, take all my opinions with a grain of salt. I don't watch a ton of mech anime, but it's not like this is a dying genre or anything, right? Like Evangelion
mecha? It's definitely a dying genre.
But isn't like, well, I guess how are we defining dying, right? Because like one of the most popular shows on Netflix is like Voltron, isn't it? Or not, you know, one of the most popular anime, perhaps.
Sure. Voltron definitely like was a breath of life into the mecha genre, but like fans of mecha have been complaining about the lack of new material.
And also
for
there was
decades.
Gridman. There was Gridman. What was the what was 02? What show was that?
Yeah, that was Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah. So I listen, it's not shonen, but I do think every year we get one that seems to do really well. Some of the most popular anime ever are mech, you know, like Evangelion, Gundam, so on and so forth. You know, I haven't seen the stats. Maybe it is dying, so to speak, but it feels like it's not dead. I just want to answer quickly because I keep seeing this and I just never get to it. Doji, what is that tattoo on Hoodie's arm mean? It is let me show it to you guys. It is the school motto for Karasuno in Haikyuu. It just means fly. Yeah, it's one of my favorite anime. It was also my first tattoo.
I wish I could show my tattoo.
I think you mean half a tattoo because Zero passed out. We both got our tattoos together. I went first. Seemed relatively normal. Nothing going wrong. Zero goes in, passes out before even half of his tattoo is done, and we have to just call it. We finish half of it, and then we just had to call it because it was too dangerous, I guess.
Yeah, they had told me you probably want to eat food before you get your tattoo, and I was like, screw that noise.
AUD.
I like passed out for the blood loss.
Yeah. AUD says thoughts on pepperoni pizza, gave us $2 or $1.99 in a super chat. It's all right. Not my preferred topping, but I mean, I'll eat it. It's weird that Zero is remaining silent on that because pepperoni pizza is his favorite. Mathewis says, you hit the stretch goal. Nice. We did hit the stretch goal way earlier than I thought we would. In fact, I thought it was possible we wouldn't hit it at all. But I want to use this as an opportunity to remind everyone here again that with this stretch goal out of the way, we're now working on stretch goal number 2, which is Kato themed chess pieces. If you didn't hear my whole spiel before, we hired a 3D modeler / artist to custom design chess pieces that are representative of the most popular shows on our channel. Let me switch to a larger camera and show them off. What's up?
And I love you, Anthony.
All right. Here are
I guess people found that story of me passing out in a tattoo artist chair pretty endearing.
Here are the Kato chess pieces that we had custom designed. This is a knight piece for Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is in his wolf armor. You can see very small the moon crest, and then it has the wolf head, and on the back it has his meteor sword. And then we also have a Karapika piece, which is a bishop in his York new armor with chains circling the body. These are very excellent pieces. I love them a lot. Easily, besides the book itself, the thing I'm most proud of when it comes to this anthology, that we had these made and that potentially we will be giving them away. Jalandre Tamar says, is there a need for non-shonen to be popular so that anime just doesn't become dudes just duking out, but also becomes a platform to start conversation? I think shonen is a platform of conversation as much as anything else. I think there will always be conversation about any art whatsoever, because art is always, even in its most dull forms, a reflection of someone's thoughts, and oftentimes cultural thoughts, right? So even the most generic, boring anime ever is going to be made to appeal to someone's interests, and what those interests are can tell us a lot about a person. And in that regard, there's always going to be conversations to be had about basically anything. So I guess I disagree with the premise of the question.
My thoughts mostly mirror hoodies here. Though, I would say there probably is the need for like non-shonen to become more popular, but I don't think it has anything to do with this particular reason. I think it's just, it would be healthier for anime in general.
Definitely anime in the West. I mean, I don't want to speak to what it's like in Japan, but
yeah,
anime in the West, or like anime fandom in the West, would grow exponentially if people felt that there was anime for them. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people think, well, I don't like Dragon Ball Z, I don't like Naruto, so I probably won't like anime. And, you know, that is a lot of what anime is, but not all of it, right? So there is a lot of people that would like a shoujo like, you know, Sailor Moon, or Revolutionary Girl Utena.
I've heard Utena more often.
There are people that, if they knew these shows exist, I mean, people know about Sailor Moon, but other examples, whatever they are, if they knew those shows existed, even as something as simple as like Death Note, which to, you know, anime fans is the most popular anime ever. According to my anime list, it is one of the most popular. Not everyone in America knows what Death Note is. Certainly not everyone has seen it. So if people were more aware of what anime could be, we would have a way bigger audience in the West. And in that regard, I guess you could say that, yeah, there is a need for non-shonen to get more traction.
So this guy's asking about our thoughts on Hey Arnold. Have you ever seen that?
I mean, I've seen Hey Arnold, yeah, like as a kid, but I don't have any thoughts on it. Like, I haven't seen it as an adult ever.
Yeah, same here. I watched it as a kid, and I've more recently watched Jenny Nicholson's video comparing it to Spider-Man: Homecoming. And
I don't think I've seen that video. What?
she's basically just like comparing the aesthetics of Spider-Man's New York and Hey Arnold's hometown. And
well, I will watch any Jenny Nicholson because She is,
What a wonderful vlogger.
yeah, she is. She's subtly hilarious. Like she's not, like it's not like her jokes blow me away in terms of like clever construction or anything, but her very charismatic, I guess you could maybe say.
Yes, definitely.
Have you ever watched have you watched Wonder Egg Priority? I watched the first episode. Zero, were you there?
No,
Okay.
you all did it without me.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to hang out and you couldn't come. Why did that happen? Were you sick?
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay. Well, we watched the first episode, or I did, and friends, and it was really good. But I heard that the last episode was delayed for like 6 months, or something to that effect. So I did not want to finish it. I did not want to keep watching and then be potentially left on a cliffhanger until the last episode came out for whatever reason. I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe that's not entirely true to what happened. Maybe it's like an OVA and not a last episode or something. But that was the impression I got. So I only watched the first episode and then put it away until later.
This is a question for you, Hoodie. Since you've made Korra videos, do you know why there's so much animosity towards the show on YouTube?
There's a lot of good answers to that. The answer I feel is probably the most accurate, would probably get me some heat, which is that I think most people might be a little misogynistic. But like, see, the problem is when I see a guy, you guys got me going on this again. I put this behind me 2 years ago, and now you got me going again. When
Every
you have
time you
a
think
guy,
they're out, they pull you back in.
when one of the most popular Legend of Korra takedown videos, when the one that seems to catch the most heat is called The Legend of Horror, and it's like a hit piece for the show, to me that paints like, okay, even if this person had any, real criticism, it is framed and refracted through this perspective of someone who just is a little bit misogynistic. And that seems like a big reason for why the show is hated. Now, beyond that, I do think there are valid criticisms of the show. I think it is a show that seems to a lot of times lack a long-term plan, which more or less seems to coincide with the fact that they did not know if they were going to have more seasons, according to what I've been told. It sometimes feels like it starts strong and then sputters out into like weird half-baked climaxes. There's a lot about Korra that's not for everyone, and there's a lot about Korra that seems just messy, but primarily it seems like the type of show that just attracts people who maybe just have some issues, like attracts yeah. That's about what I have to say on the matter. As a fan of sports anime, is there a sport you wish to see animated? This is not the answer to the question, but I saw this anime. I watched like the first 3 episodes just because I was so curious about what this sport was. It's currently airing now, or maybe it was airing last season, but it was an anime called like Kabaddi or something along those lines. And it's an anime that's basically like competitive tag, or it's a sport that's like competitive tag and like tug of war maybe elements. Is the most I think it's like an African sport. It's not Japanese at all, so I don't know how this got popular enough to warrant an anime production, but it did. The anime is not good, but it was like such a weirdly small sport. Combine that with ping pong, volleyball. There's just a lot of like I think surprisingly, I don't think the popularity of sport often what. No,
we're about to start a war.
I knew when I said that quote that could be taken out of context. And really, the context isn't.
We're just gonna delete that.
The context isn't that like I didn't say that. It's just I meant it towards a different group of people. Like the people that like Korra seem well adjusted. Yeah,
I was actually
comedy. That's
responding
exactly
to the comment right under it.
What was the comment under it?
Hunter x Hunter or One Piece?
Oh. One Piece. Yeah, that seems
I
pretty easy
also
for
say
me.
One Piece.
Yeah, that's actually pretty easy for me. One Piece by far.
By far.
Yeah, easily.
That's crazy.
Mathwas, I'm sorry, but I have to cancel you. The fact that you made such a tasteless joke is very problematic, and I'm sorry, but you have to go. So I apologize. Kabaddi is Indian. Okay, yeah, it was a really weird sport. I could not believe that they had even made that. Not the sport, the anime. Mathwas, you are the most non-confrontational person I've ever seen on this site. I guarantee you will never be canceled. There's not a single opinion you've had that is your most damning opinion is that Hunter x Hunter is in fact positive towards trans people. that is your most controversial one, and it's one that I think every sane person believes in and agrees with you. So you're fine.
I did not answer that earlier question about sports anime. Chess. I demand a chess anime, and until this happens, I will be executing one prisoner per hour.
Well, we have 19 people here, so someone better get on that anime the next 19 hours. Yeah, the trans video is great. Sorry, it might have seemed like I was gonna disagree with the trans video. Absolutely not. I think it's great. I just think you are so your opinions are not controversial at all, at least from what I've seen. That like that was one of the ones with the most dislike bar.
I think it'd be more accurate to say it's just hard to disagree with Mathwiz, because I think some of her topics are, if not controversial, then at least like. You know, she is promoting a new perspective.
Yeah, I mean, like, are you gonna disagree with someone who's making a video about something so deeply personal and like entwined with their emotions? You're like, what am I gonna say bad about a Mathwas video? They're all great. They're all like.
That is true.
This is just a funny
Especially
question.
the Naruto videos.
This is just a funny question. Some people say One Piece is the best thing in the world. Do you agree? Yes.
Leading the witness.
Professional comedy is actually pretty intense, but I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, there's no way a criticism to the sport. I'm sure the sport is very interesting. I think some of the like more niche, sports you've never heard of tend to have like really crazy YouTube videos of like some of the highlights of their match, and maybe just because they're different. But yeah, definitely not an insult to the sport at all.
So another sport I'd love to see get a proper anime. I actually have a manga that I would like them to adapt for this purpose. It's Teppu, and the manga is about female mixed martial arts. I don't know if there actually is a mixed martial arts anime, but there should be, and it should be Teppu.
It's a great answer, and if you want to hear more about Teppu, we do actually have a multi-hour video on the second channel of Zero discussing it, I believe.
Much to Hoodie's dismay.
That video was such a pain to edit. I hated it. In fact, that's why I canceled the show. I do think One Piece. I kind of want to talk about this more, even though I feel like this is kind of a joke.
One Piece versus Hunter x Hunter. Let's do it.
Well, I was just gonna talk about One Piece in general. I think One Piece.
That's also fine.
One Piece is like a once in a lifetime show. Where I mean, there are longer stories, right? There are stories that have been going on longer than One Piece has, but there tend to be like a kid's cartoon, or like in the case of Doctor Who, it's sort of like a bunch of it's a bunch of separate stories that have like each Doctor is kind of its own thing. You can kind of watch it by itself. One Piece is like one continuous narrative that has been going on for 30 years or however long, 20 plus years. In that regard, it is so unique and so consistently amazing in spite of its length that like as someone who as someone who always complains that like, oh, this should have cut episodes here, this anime is too long, why are we, why is this not 12 episodes instead of 24? As someone who's always making complaints about pacing, I so rarely complain about One Piece like that. And it's so hard to not have such a huge amount of respect and admiration for the story and Oda for being so freaking unique and amazing.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree. I'm someone who is pretty deep into Battle Shonen. Like, I've absorbed almost all of the Battle Shonen of this millennia, and some from before that. And I think One Piece, and the reason a lot of people can't fully appreciate it, I think its strength is really as a manga. Because when you have like the frame of reference of having read a lot of Battle Shonen, it really stands out like how spectacular this series is.
Someone said, Jatandra Tomar says, was asking a question about the retconning of Code Geass ending with the movie. That seems like a question more for you. What do you think about the retcon?
Well, there are a few retcons that took place in those recap movies, and I think the one I disagree with the most is actually Shirley's survival. Sorry for the Code Geass spoilers.
Oh boy. Why is my hat
But
even?
as far as like the ending goes, I mean, if you're talking about Lelouch surviving, if that's a retcon you're referring to, then I mean, come on, people have been talking about the Code Geass ending like theory since the actual ending of the show, so I feel like no one actually is okay. There are people who are like really invested in the belief that Lelouch died that were disappointed to see Lelouch come back, but I feel like most people, like, who are at least aware of the Code Geass theory are like, okay, this is cool, more Lelouch, bring him back.
Sadiq says, to be fair, you watched the shortened fan cut of One Piece. I assume you're talking about One Piece. I do watch One Piece, but I don't like. I feel like that's not necessarily representative of what it is, because it's not like a they've cut out arcs or chapters of the One Piece manga. They're just re-editing the anime to match the manga's pacing. So yes, I do watch a shortened version, but
yeah, it's not like watching an abridged series, for example.
Yeah. Do I think One Piece will ever be as popular as DBZ? By certain metrics, it already is.
Yeah, it's already as popular as DBZ.
I mean, definitely not in the West. One Piece is surprisingly.
It has trouble breaking through to the West, for sure. Yeah. But globally, it's the biggest IP ever, isn't it?
Which, by the way, I've talked about this a little bit before. Well, Math is canceling me, but just
yeah, we saw that.
Dang it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, my theory about why One Piece never broke the West is because at the time of its creation, or the time in which it premiered in the West, it had an awful English dub, and debatably still does. I do not like the English dub of One Piece. And because think about the time where put yourself back in our shoes. I assume you guys are the similar age to us. Put yourself back in your shoe or our shoes in the early 90s, early 2000s, watching anime on Toonami. We're watching Naruto dubbed. We're watching DBZ dubbed. We're watching, Cowboy Bebop dubbed. Everything we're watching is dubbed, and only as we grow up do we start watching subbed anime. Because One Piece dub sucked, I think there is a group of people who at that time were too young to really be watching subbed anime who did not get into One Piece. And the ripple effect of that is that as we get older, no one our age had watched One Piece as a kid, and now they're not talking about it as adults. No one's revisiting the sub. No one's making content about it on YouTube. No one's talking about, the genius of One Piece on YouTube. Even now, One Piece...
We don't watch it!
Yeah, even now, One Piece isn't this huge gold mine of people, searching for stuff like My Hero Academia was, or, Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever. So I think if One Piece was re-released now in this climate where people are more likely to watch something subbed, I think it probably would have done a lot better than at the time. Just the climate of the people in the West watching anime, it was ahead of its time, I guess, for us. One Piece is too goofy. Dragon Ball is what the series grown-up people watch. The only part of Dragon Ball that I really like, I'm not a huge like DBZ head or anything. I've only seen some of it, but early Dragon Ball is my favorite Dragon Ball, and that goofiness is great.
I have seen all of Dragon Ball and the extensions, and I agree. Dragon Ball is great.
The Funimation dub for One Piece is good. I just don't like it. I really don't. It's not awful, but it is not great. Four Kids One Piece rap does slap to this day. You know, in a certain way. In a certain way, it does.
Also, you are crazy for putting Gintama over One Piece. But you're not the only one to say that. So there are a lot of crazy people like you.
I want to watch Gintama because when people talk about the serious arcs of that show, it does look amazing. Ooh. But then I also hear that, like, yeah, it's one serious episode for 100, you know, just physical comedy. It's like, I'm sure that's great for a lot of people. It does not sound my style, you know? Like, is it worth me?
I heard the ratio is like more towards your preference, which is like, the way I've heard the structure of the show described is that there's a lot of episodic comedic filler towards the start, and then it starts going towards an episode structure that's like 3 episodes of comedy building up to the climactic scene of the arc, which, you know, that takes place during the 4th episode, which is typically more serious.
I actually watched some of the Nen show, Mathwiz, on Gintama. I did not watch all of it because, like I said, I have not seen Gintama. But when I was saying that, I was actually wondering if you would chime in, because I know Mathwiz did not love Gintama as much, which is validating for me. I only ever watch other people's content to see if they can validate my opinions, and thank God you did.
And isn't that why we all do? Are we gonna watch the live action One Piece?
I mean, I will. I did not even know there was one.
I think I won't.
I definitely will, just out of curiosity. If it's fucking awful, like if it's the worst thing I've ever seen, I will probably turn it off, but I will at least download it. Reading Gintama hurts, though. The scans are atrocious, and it hurts so much how there are actually no good scans. What? This is one of the most popular anime ever. No one's just gone back and rescanned it at a better quality?
Sadly, that happens all too often. This is a pretty hot take for Dragon Ball. You probably haven't seen GT, but GT is critically panned as the worst Dragon Ball show.
Is GT like the all grown up of Rugrats, but for Dragon Ball?
Yes. It's actually no, because the first thing that happens in GT is adult Goku is turned back into a kid. So it's the Rugrats for all grown up for Dragon Ball Z.
Interesting. That's interesting. Believe it or not, Gintama matches One Piece in world building, but it micro world builds, where it's knowing them and their neighborhood better than your own. I think that is a valid source of world building. I would almost always prefer an intimate look at a character's neighborhood than the ancient history of 3,000 years ago.
Reach. But then again, sometimes that ancient One Piece history, it really do be
you have to earn the ancient history. Like, One Piece is 1,000
I mean, they didn't
chapters.
start that until Skypiea, right?
One Piece is 1,000 chapters, and we still don't know about the Void Century. That's earning it. You know, like, Yeah,
For real.
other shows they'll have the opening narration describing what the Void Century would be. And it's like, no, thank you. Like
True.
a show like One Piece that has all that crazy deep world building that goes back years and years and years. A show like that needs to open up with a boy and his mentor in a hat. Like you always got to start small. You always have to focus on characters, establish why I should care about these people, make me cry, make me laugh, and then you could tell me about how angels fell to earth 3 years ago or 30 years ago, and how that's forever changed the landscape of this one island, and whatever, so on and so forth.
Oh, welcome to the stream, Tropical.
Nubes says
Took you long enough.
Nubes says I've never gotten into One Piece. Why should I start? Because it is the greatest thing in the world. I mean, we've already answered that question.
I'd say you should start if these new battle shonen ain't hitting for you. If these new battle shonen ain't doing it, it's time to just nut up and go to One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece. The reason I started One Piece was literally because like I wanted to feel the feeling you get watching hundreds of episodes of a shonen. But the only thing doing that right now is like Black Clover. It was like, no, thank you. So I went back. I went back to the past. This is a funny statement.
Samurai Jack.
This is a funny statement because I misunderstood what they were saying. Young Pressure says DBZ is like the godfather of shonen, which I totally think, sure, fair. In the way that you meant it, I thought you meant it is like the movie The Godfather of shonen. I was like, I don't know about that one. I don't know if I would say Goku is like Marlon Brando.
No, he kind of is.
And Gohan is Michael Corleone. I don't know about that one. I do not know. What are your favorite power systems in anime? We just talked about this recently because Zero did.
Yeah, this was recently discovered or discussed in our Discord server. This is the type of stuff we talk about.
If you want to get in the Discord server, of course, you just had to pledge a single $1 to the Patreon.
At patreon.com/KatoIT.
Give us money for the Kickstarter. Pledge to the Patreon and donate as a super chat. You got to do all of these things. Feed this parasocial relationship. If you want me to say your name, give me money. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we were discussing power systems. And Zero did the unforgivable thing of putting hockey from One Piece over devil fruits, also from One Piece. He thought hockey.
And I agree. Or I stand by.
I know you agree.
I agree with myself.
What an awful take. What a truly awful take.
What differentiates devil fruits from any other random power source?
Nothing really. But they're all good. They're all good. What differentiates hockey from just being that? Like hockey is just the intangibles of other anime, but they added a name to it. Like Observer or Conqueror's Hockey is just Bloodlust. Any other anime would just call it Bloodlust, and it perfectly works. You don't need to say it's something. Observation.
Except it's not, because Observation also has other application. Bloodlust is one of the applications.
Well, yeah. Bloodlust is Conquerors, I meant.
Oh, right, yeah.
Observation is just like any other character would just say that, like, that is just a guy with like a good eye, and like he is like really smart, so he can predict stuff. Like, I just don't. It's just boring. It doesn't bring anything to the table. The only reason that hockey has any relevance at all to me is because it's how they justify hitting a Logia. That's it. If that wasn't an issue, what would this bring to the story?
A lot. So the reason for my placing hockey so highly is actually precisely what Hoodie doesn't necessarily like about it, which is that, it sort of implements those intangible effects that we see in anime all the time and actually legitimizes it. And I just think it's cool when a power system. Words are hard.
While you think about that, I'm just gonna respond to this comment by Mathwiz. She says the themes. You know what? Fuck themes. I've never hated anything more than themes. I think stories are meaningless. I think that
Never hated anything more than themes.
all that stuff I said earlier about how every story is a reflection of the person creating it, and oftentimes cultural values beyond that. Everything I said about that was wrong. I was just fucking making shit up. Themes are fucking meaningless. Stories are meaningless. Embrace absurdism. R.I.P. Smoker. The hockey patch nerfed him the most in the show. That's why they haven't included in the past 500 chapters.
I mean, Smoker was just the biggest fake out. We were supposed to think he was going to be like Luffy's rival, but no, it was Kobe, obviously, the whole time.
I really thought. It's not that I think Smoker's a great character. I think what him and Tashigi bring to the show as like a way with which to explore the Marines as being kind of corrupt. Like I think my voice is cracked. I think through Smoker and stuff, we often get to look at like we often get someone to just say like, hey, you guys are doing something bad here to the Marines. And I think that is valid and good. I think Smoker and Tashigi are cool. And then nothing happened. Like like Punk Hazard, they met and that was the end of it. We've not seen them again. It's kind of lame.
Sad.
Yeah.
The reason I don't put Gios as my favorite, even though I do think it's slightly better than Devil Fruits, because it actually, like, the power that manifests ties to the wielder's personality. So that's something. But the problem is you can't punch someone in the face with Gios most of the time. If you could just like put a Gios on your hand and then punch someone with it, it would be 10 times better.
Matthew says, what do you mean nothing happened? The story isn't over. That is true. I guess I'm just thinking right now it's just been so long. It's just been so long and I'm a thirsty boy. I'm thirsty for that smoke. I mean, but will that even like... Because right now we're shaping up to a Kaito versus Luffy war. Are the Marines even going to be there? Like I'm not up to date, so maybe I don't know, but doesn't seem like it.
It does seem like they're not going to be part of this arc, and I am up to date with the One Piece manga, but no spoilers, people.
Yeah, let's probably just avoid talking about things like past.
Yeah, no Wano discussion.
Yeah. Smoker and Tashigi are cool, but Fujitora did the same in Dressrosa with the power to back it up. True. Fujitora is cool. And also there's that other... actually, I don't know where this is in the story, so I won't talk about it. But the curse of One Piece is just that because we're constantly moving and the world is ever expanding, we're just like leaving characters and never seeing them for years and years and years and years. And I want to see them. Show me more Princess Vivi. I mean, we did see her, but I don't know. That character was so great. And while it was the right move to not have her join the crew, God, was that devastating.
Mm. Vivi does make a comeback.
Yeah, she's in the Reverie, but she's not like in it.
That's true. I honestly don't know where you are.
I am in Wano. I have just finished Act 1.
Okay.
Who is better villain, Doflamingo or Katakuri? I don't get the Katakuri hype. I mean, he was cool, but people really like. Maybe it was just Nate from Best Guy Ever.
Yeah, it's just Nate.
People like Katakuri. I think it was mostly being spearheaded by Nate, but I think people do like Katakuri.
It's his influence.
Yeah, I like he was fine, but I was expecting more, I guess.
I definitely think it's cool how in the original Code Geass series, all of the powers only affect the minds of other people. That was cool. When it starts affecting the physical world, that is not cool.
I mean, yeah, Katakuri is a very charming character at the very least. Doflamingo, great backstory, kind of a letdown as far as the final fight goes. That was a little boring. So yeah, I guess I'd give it to Katakuri, but not by. I don't think either of those two rank as my number ones.
So who is your number one One Piece villain so far?
Does Frankie count? Because Frankie was straight up villainous.
No.
Frankie was villainous when we met him. What he did to Usopp, that was not cool.
I mean, the Straw Hats just do stuff like that.
What do you think of Nux Taku? He seems fine. I don't really watch his content because it's not the type of stuff I watch. Seems more like meme based. And I'm not really watching too much meme based content, but he seems like a decent guy. So
there are some other people in the anime sphere who aren't really any tubers that I watch. Namely, Seth the Programmer. He's pretty good.
Was that the power scaling guy?
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, power scaling is a guilty pleasure of mine, where it's like, I don't think, like on the scale or on the tiers of content that I think is intellectually valuable. You know, it's not like I'm putting power scaling at number one, but sometimes you throw on a power scaling video, and sometimes I just like watching a death battle. You know, I just want to hear about the feats.
Absolutely. So I think my favorite One Piece villains so far probably just go to Enel, even though I'm not like a huge fan of how Enel was defeated, but he was cool, honestly.
I might give it to Crocodile. Crocodile was good.
He's another one that I was not a fan of how he lost. Luffy just pours water on his hand, and no one has ever tried that.
What? I thought that was great. This man loves hockey.
You thought that was great?
This man loves hockey. Adds nothing to the story. Doesn't. It's just fucking.
It's not enough water. You have to at least throw the water on him.
This man loves hockey. Refuses to accept that Luffy can outsmart and outplay someone.
I would love to see it, honestly. And I was like a little bit more accepting of him beating Enel than Crocodile, honestly. But yeah, both are a little silly. And yes, he did also use blood. In neither case did he use enough liquid.
No. Zero is wrong here. In fact, I don't think Zero watches or reads One Piece correctly. And I think he needs to start over from the beginning. I like Swagkage the most out of all power scalers, says Brandon. Swagkage is pretty good. It sometimes feels like Swag just reads the Wikipedia page and that's the script of his video. But his editing is pretty slick. His presentation is pretty good. So it's definitely not bad.
I just think Seth is more creative than Swag. Like his Batman video, that was like pretty creative power scaling avenue.
Brandon says Water was the 4-kid sensor for the fight with Luffy using his sweat. I don't think that's. I think Luffy did use water. He had a
I read manga and he used water.
Yeah, I think that's great stuff. I would also say, I don't know. Can you would you say? Can I just like say the best fight was Marineford? Maybe there's like not one villain, but or no, it's Bartholomew. It is Bartholomew Kuma. It is the fight. It is both his fights. The one at Thriller Bark and the one.
Are we doing favorite fights now?
Well, no, I was doing favorite villain fights. So I was like specific, like 1v1s. Or I guess this wasn't a 1v1. But I wanted to put Bartholomew Kuma up there because I think there are 2 encounters with him at Thriller Bark and the Archipelago. Both best moments of One Piece.
Show everyone your beard, Hoodie.
I really don't want to. I was almost not going to stream just because of that.
No, show him the glorious mane.
No. I mean, you could catch peeks of it when I move from behind the camera.
That's all you're getting.
That's the most you get from me. I'm still undecided if I'm going to keep this in the long term. I'm keeping it now because it was too circumstantial for it to exist that, like, if I get rid of it, it's gone for pretty much ever. Like, the only reason I was able to grow a beard, because it's very patchy at the beginning. So the only reason I was able to grow it was because there was a pandemic and I did not have to be seen for 8 months.
But now you have the beard. You have to show it at some point. You can't keep hiding.
I show it in public. I show it in public. But the point is that I don't know if I like it or not. It's possible that I hate it, and if I hate it, like, or rather, if I shave it, then, you know, what if I did like? What if it was good? And then I won't have a chance to grow it back because the pandemic is almost over.
You fool. And Brandon has an excellent comment. Afro Luffy is Luffy's best transformation. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the funniest by far. Also, oh, you know what?
I'm also a big fan of Zombie Luffy and Lucy.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm really gonna put one down there, probably Gear 2. I really like Second Gear.
Second Gear is dope, actually. Though,
Gear
no,
3
the
is kinda
best
lame.
Luffy transformation is after Gear 3, when he snaps back. He's all tiny.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. We just got a new backer. The backer's name is
Hey!
Hexian. I will add your name to the list that I haven't been showing this whole time because I've been on the other screen. I will add your name to this list. Thank you very much. How do I do that? Oh, there we go. All right. Hexian. There we go. Your name has now been added to the ever-scrolling list of recent backers. If you would like your name added to this list, consider giving us some money on the Kickstarter. We are now working towards, with the last 15 days, we are working towards the goal of 4,500 to give out, or to give everyone who pledged to a physical reward these Kato-themed chess pieces. That's right, we have Kato-themed chess pieces, everybody. Come on, these are amazing. These are this is a Sokka Knight piece, modeled after his wolf armor. And then, listen, I know y'all are Hunter x Hunter heads. All right, this is Kurapika. Let me get it close to the camera. There we go. It is Kurapika in his York new outfit with the chains. Actually, let me just pull up a picture because I can get a better sense for the details. All right, I'm now showing on screen. These are what the chess pieces look like. I am very proud of the designs. I will be 3D printing these myself, and we will be mailing them out to backers of the Kickstarter. So if you would like those, consider pledging a couple bucks. Oh, on the note of Akainu being the best villain, I was actually going to say Aokiji, which I got thinking about because of Afro Luffy, because he shows up right after that.
Oh, that's true.
Aokiji, or Aoki, however you say his name, I don't know. He is awesome. He is he was Smoker when we didn't have Smoker, is what I would say.
Fair.
Classic Kato stream with the chessboard, and also classic Kato stream. We have not made a single move. We load up the chess.
We're doing technical difficulties.
All right, you guys want to play some chess? All right, we're gonna keep answering questions, but while we answer questions, we'll play a little bit. I've made my move.
D4, eh?
This is the Kato Gambit.
I don't like what you're doing here.
Aokiji got Dio's voice actor. Oh, I didn't make that connection. That's pretty hot.
That is pretty hot. But my earlier comment about Akainu, he is, in my opinion, probably the most what's the word? Competent Marine. He seems to be the one who's most aware of the danger posed by the worst generation.
He's also the most morally conscious, right? Like if he had beaten Akainu and became the head of the Marines, I think the Marines are probably in a much better spot morally.
Oh, guesses as to what One Piece actually is.
I have a shitty take, which is actually a great take, but it's not the take people want to hear, which is that One Piece, if the I know he said it wasn't, but if One Piece truly was the friends we made along the way, that would be thematically consistent with what the story's about, and I would be happy. The Kato Gambit. I think whatever the One Piece is, it will probably be something physical because I think Oda realizes people want that, but it will still thematically represent the friends you made along the way.
Whatever it is, it made Roger laugh. So
Yeah,
maybe
and
it's just a really large amount of treasure.
Don't you think Roger would laugh if nothing was there? Like, wouldn't that be fucking funny?
That would be pretty funny.
I know that's not what people want. People want, a fucking magical item or whatever, but I'm just saying.
They want a drawing of Katakuri and a bunch of donuts.
Oh man, how do you play this fucking game?
Apparently, a popular theory is that it's Joy Boy's Beetle collection.
I know who Joy Boy is. I don't know about his beetle collection. Ah, yes. Check. For those who don't know about chess, this is what people call a shitty position. Aha, interesting. But will you take the Kato's Gambit? The One Piece is the rest of Hunter x Hunter. That's why Togashi's not making chapters. He's waiting for Oda to finish.
I've heard that Oda has started doing bi-weekly, which I wasn't aware of until I actually caught up to the manga.
No, I think it's 3 weeks on, 1 week off.
Interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a pretty good model, in my opinion.
Definitely an improvement.
This is a discussion we kind of had, so I'm not going to repeat it here, but I do want to use this moment to promote that we were on the PCP last week or two, and did Newman just give us more money? Newman, stop. Pledge to the Kickstarter. You probably could take me in chess. I'm not good, I don't play, and I really don't think much about it. So I'm sure if you even are even remotely competent, you could probably beat me. We were on the PCP either last week or the week before, and in that one we talked about Berserk, and we talked about the unfortunate passing of Kentaro Miura. So if you guys haven't checked that out, definitely go check it out. It was a good podcast, and I think we might be on there again in the coming weeks to promote the end of the Kickstarter. The One Piece is Oda himself. In certain cultures, we call that prostitution.
That's Roger's treasure.
You men ever think of learning Go? I'm sure Zero has. I've never once considered it.
I watched Hikaru no Go, and that's how I realized Go is too complicated.
What's the move? What is the move? Mathwiz, give me my next
I do
move.
like Go. I enjoy playing it. I would say, in terms of my Go strength, I'm probably close to a child.
R.I.P. Someone in chat, give me my next move. These all seem terrible. I'm gonna lose. All right. When in doubt, act up. Nope, that's bad. That would be bad. Should not do that move. Kaiju number 8 actually follows that formula of 3 weeks on, 1 off. It's from Shonen Jump Plus. What is Shonen Jump Plus?
I actually did not know there was a Shonen Jump Plus. Alright, after this game, I'm challenging Theo to a game of Go.
Oh boy. I mean,
I
can
have
check
been
this
reading
if you
Monster
want.
number 8, by the way. Good manga.
It's a good name. You know what else is a good name? Chainsaw Man. Sometimes I think about something. I'd say even more than being upset that I didn't come up with the story idea, I get upset when someone comes up with a good name that I never thought of, or like a naming convention. You know, like Chainsaw Man. So simple, and yet I've never even come up with anything similar. How do you imagine the Hunter x Hunter manga ending to turn out? I don't know. Honestly,
You think it's gonna end?
the Hunter x Hunter manga seems like it wrapped up everything it needed to wrap up, minus the Crollo Hisoka fight, with before Dark Continent, and it kept going. And that's not a criticism, but it does make me think, what could even be the ending? You know, what's going to be more satisfying than what already happened?
Yeah, because Gon has met his father.
Right.
Maybe the ending is just Kurapika's the main character. That's certainly how the manga's going right now.
Embrace chaos, move pieces at random. Yeah, that's what I did. Let's just say that's what I made to move on. And if it's bad, that's why it was bad.
Math was that strategy only works on over the board chess.
Let me drive over to Zero's house real quick and eat up one of those pieces. There should be a way. Is there a way to put in custom chess pieces on the site? Because I want to put in the Kato pieces.
I wish. I know chess.com has like piece customization. I'm not sure if the site does.
What do you think about the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho? A lot of people found it underwhelming, but I found the epilogue pretty sweet. I think the last episode of Yu Yu Hakusho is awesome. I think it is a great last episode. But like the ending arc, I could take or leave.
Yeah, there are certainly weaknesses with the final arc. Namely, lack of Korbara. I mean, come on. I can't wait for the Chainsaw Man anime.
I'm surprised Chainsaw Man is already over. Like, what was the point of, or how? Not what's the point, but like, the self-control it must take to have one of the most popular manga, and then end it like so early. Like,
At 97 chapters.
less than 100 chapters. Figure out the way to
Even
keep it going,
Death Note
man.
had 108 chapters.
What am I doing? Zero, what am I doing, huh? Alright. Let's call this one the Kato's Gambit.
Okay. I see what you're doing.
Let's shake things up. Do it, you pussy. Shonen Jump Plus is basically an online magazine that Shueisha made that publishes additional series like Hell's Paradise, Spy Family, and Kaiju Number 8. Only online? But those are big names.
I did not know those manga were online only.
Yeah, those are some big names. I've heard about all of those. I wonder what prompts them to not be published physically. Why is Promised Neverland not getting a season 2? I don't know, man. I don't know. But maybe it's a blessing, huh? maybe it's a blessing. Maybe season 2 would have been bad. I mean, it doesn't seem that way, right? Like who would say that? But maybe it would have been better off.
But he's fighting back tears.
It's such poor timing. The day Promised Neverland season 2 launches, I put out a video that did really well, talking about how great, not only how good the story of season 1 was, but how good it was as like specifically an anime adaptation, and how it was like an improvement on the source material. And then immediately, season 2 is the worst fucking anime ever. Season 2 is one of the worst reviewed shows on Mal. It's like a 5. It's like a 5 out of 10.
It's insane.
It's tragic. It's utterly
Season
tragic.
2 of The Promised Neverland is ranked lower than Build Kings.
What happens if they don't take your gambit? Do you force the gambit? Do I just take your piece now?
Might as well.
Fuck it. Oh. I thought, okay, well, I'll just capture his knight afterwards, but I forgot that I had to move my queen up to get you. Oh, I misread the pieces. I'm the silly goose, huh?
It's fine. We're still even. In terms of material.
Promised Neverland Brotherhood. Well, the problem with that is that even if the Promised Neverland adapted it well, people still didn't like the end of the manga. So like, it definitely listen. Season 2 did not make many great choices, but even if it stayed faithful, it probably still would have been controversial at least a little bit. I mean, season 2 probably would have been fine because Goldie Pond is liked, so season 2 would have been good, but the eventual season 3 conclusion probably would have looked poorly.
I tried to. One of my friends watched season 1 of The Promised Neverland, and I tried to get them to read the manga instead of watching season 2, and they're like, "Why didn't you tell me Norman's alive?" I'm like, "Well, shit."
All right. After this chess game, we will do the giveaway for the book. Now, there are only 16 viewers right now. So if you want the book, there is a very, very strong chance that you will win a copy of the Kato anthology. Again, for anyone who's just tuning in, we are currently raising funds on Kickstarter for a limited print run of our first ever community comic book anthology. It is 10 stories, 2 by me and Zero, 8 by viewers of the channel, over 80 pages. You could get the physical book for $30 or a digital copy for $5. Today, the goal was to hit 3,500. We hit it really, really quickly. And because of that, we will now be giving away a copy of the book after this chess game. Still don't really know how we're going to do it, but yeah.
We'll just ask. Who wants it?
No, I think, what we'll probably do is anyone who wants to be entered into the giveaway can just type the number 1. And then from now until the end of the stream, we will take all those ones, put it into a randomizer, and that person will win the book. So it's not going to be like a... Does that make sense? So it wouldn't be like we're just doing a giveaway for 2 minutes and then it's done. It's be like from now until the end of stream, anyone could enter. Does that make sense? You with me, Zero?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Excellent. Get those ones in the chat. Folks, everybody, give us a 1. Nubez, you have given us enough money that you could just get your own copy of the book. Oh, and on top of that, we will be giving away, whoever does win will be getting the first ever printed versions of the Kato chess pieces. These will be given to everyone on the Kickstarter if it reaches the stretch goal, but the winner of this giveaway will get the first ones ever printed, which are these right here in my hands. Yeah, those will be given to the winner. So go ahead and throw in the ones in chat. Nas, Nas, you're in the book.
You're getting one.
Nas, everybody. Nas not only is in the book, an excellent slice of life mangaka. She drew this little chibi version of Zero here that you're seeing on screen. Nas is one of our favorite artists, one of our favorite storytellers, a true pleasure to have in the anthology, and a true talented artist.
Nas is trying to sell the book secondhand for profit.
All right. So, like I said, everyone's saying 1 now. We are going to continue to collect all of your ones for, I don't know, for at least a little bit longer. And then we will do a giveaway at the end of the stream. And if you do have to tag out between now and then, we will try to DM you on... Can you DM people on YouTube? Is that possible?
I do not know how.
Great. Does anyone know the answer to that? Can you DM people on YouTube? While we wait for that answer, it is now my turn on the chess game. Fascinating. God, I hate my life. Sell the book after closing. Never has to pay any consequences for her goals?
I think you're saying that because they share the consequences.
I'm not even sure what the consequences... What are we referring to specifically here? Did I miss something?
He's talking about Emma's, like, how she always forces the idealistic strategy over more realistic ones.
Right. Interesting. Might have just made a mistake there, but that is what we call the Kato's Gambit.
Nah, you're... Honestly, for how bad your position is, you're playing pretty good.
But the position is bad. You do admit that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hoodie is cheesed. I'm cheesed out of my fucking mind, bro. Is that a good thing?
Me
is it
too,
good to
man.
be cheesed?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Hoodie's got the cheese touch.
Disgusting. No, thank you. I mean, you just have no answers for this move right here. What could you possibly do?
That is a question, isn't it? And yeah, I think I'm just gonna move, actually.
Fuck you. How dare you? That's a betrayal to everything we've built up as the ideals of our community.
Never move at all.
Oh boy.
It's not even retreating.
Only retreat. That was the motto.
That's true. Actually,
Like blue cheese. What's your stance on blue cheese? It seems like the type of thing you would hate, but I'm a big fan. I mean, with the nice buffalo wing, that is.
I've never actually tried blue cheese. It's one of those things
What?
that I've decided I don't like before trying it.
Never even you never even dipped a wing?
Oh, like blue cheese sauce?
Yeah. Like a blue cheese dip.
I have tried that, but I'm not a huge fan. It's like, I don't know, it's too creamy.
I hate that. I hate that adjective. No, blue cheese is great. I like blue cheese. Probably, I mean, I don't think I have a preference between blue cheese and ranch for my dipping sauce, but definitely both of them are great.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
Now it all comes crumbling down.
You fucking piece of shit. You've ruined my plans. I had
I am
thorough
zero.
strategy. I had I had such a thorough strategy, and you've absolutely goosed me. You've cheesed me.
You've been gnomed, my friend.
I mean, I've gone into a fugue state, to be 100% honest. So like, either I'm gonna start playing pieces randomly and lose, or the Pharaoh is possessing me, and in fact, I'm about to pop off.
Both are equally likely.
The Kato's Gambit.
Bull.
You've accepted the gambit, huh?
Yeah. Playing into your hands.
What are your fave Jump series from the past 10 years? Mine are Assassination Classroom, Dr. Stone, and World Trigger. Assassination Classroom is a Shonen Jump?
Yes, actually.
I did not know that. I kind of thought that was an anime original, to be honest.
It does kind of have that vibe, doesn't it?
Fave Jump series from the past 10 years.
I'm gonna pull up the Manga Plus manga list.
I mean,
just for reference.
Haikyuu was one of my favorite anime ever. Is that over 10 years old? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
It started 2014, I think. But
what's another one?
I actually think like last year, Shonen Jump had one of the most solid like lineups that I've ever seen it have. It had Chainsaw Man, Dr. Stone, Monster Number 8 was starting. But at the same time, it also had Samurai 8. Oh, no. Was it Samurai 8? I think it was, yeah.
Speaking of Pharaoh, what is the best Yu-Gi-Oh series? There's two answers here. My personal answer is Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. That is one of my favorite anime ever, let alone a Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. But I really do love 5Ds. 5Ds is a great answer. 5Ds is really just an anime about, like... It's like a Shakespearean tale told through the lens of gang warfare, and then they added card games on top of it. The fact that Demon Slayer is ending, not even a comment on the story's quality or whatever, is the worst financial decision Shonen Jump has ever made. I mean, I'm sure it was mostly the mangaka, but like, listen.
Yeah, I'm sure Demon Slayer was not canceled against my many petitions.
I'm just saying, like, you do what you got to do as Shonen Jump in that position to be like, please keep going. You know, like, I'm not endorsing abusing our great artists, but that thing was a cash cow.
Also, consider how much of a banger the end of Haikyuu and the end of The Promised Neverland was. I know you have your complaints about the end of Promised Neverland, but...
Aha, check. You have gone into the shitty position, my friend.
Let's see.
I find it funny how people rip 5Ds like Kaiba didn't unnecessarily make people duel on a blimp. He put people on a fucking remote island and said, this is Battle Royale, but you're dueling. Like, what are you talking about?
This isn't legal.
And then he turned an entire city. An entire city became just a dueling tournament. The entire city. How is that possible? Yes, fascinating. Interesting. But you weren't expecting this move. For anyone new in the chat, I don't think there are, but we are currently collecting names for the book giveaway. If you would like a copy of the Kato Anthology for free, all you have to do is type 1 in the chat. Just give us the good old 1. And since that is the end of the game, I do believe we are ready to give it away. Alright, I will now switch our cameras so that they cannot see my screen. I will now go on to random.org. And
Of all the ones, remember to include Theo.
Okay, I did not see a 1 from Theo, but I will do that.
He said you only get one shot, which I think is his submission.
Clever. Now what is... Come on, man. What's going on here? I'm on random.org. They don't have a thing where I could put in lists anymore. List randomizer. There we go. All right. So we have Brandon Adrian, Doji, Bryce Phillips, Nuves.
Kato.
Nope. That would be a real scam. The chances of you winning are just too high, and that I can't do that. Chocomoto, Suratex, Mathwiz, Theo. I will put Nas, but you are scamming the system. You are absolutely a scammer. All right, this is the last chance. Anyone want to put in a 1? You have 20 seconds before I decide that it's too late. 1, 2, 1920. Okay. Nas is really doubling down. I was expecting a message like, no, I was just joking. Go ahead. Don't put me.
She's like, nah.
I respect it. All right, so out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 entries, there is like over a 10% chance that you will get a free book just from having gone to the stream. Isn't that the value? The value on that is insane. All right. I'm now hitting randomize. The one at the top, the person at the top of the list will be the winner. 3, 2, 1. Fuck you, Nuves. Fuck you. You've given enough money to buy your own copy of the book. All right. Nuves, you've won. Congratulations. Congratulations. I forgot the S there for some reason.
You get one congratulation, you bastard.
One single congratulation. You have truly scammed the system somehow. I don't know how, but you did it.
He was actually the one who suggested we use this website.
Yeah, he's in the back end. He's like those CSGO lotteries scammers.
Hey, we got Ben saying
Hey,
in the chat.
Ben. What's up, Ben? Yeah, we passed the stretch goal pretty early, so now we're moving on to, Ben, I don't know if you heard about this, but I'll go bigger cameras here. The next stretch goal, 4,500, we have uniquely designed, custom 3D printed Kato chess pieces designed after some of the most popular shows on this channel. This is a bishop piece of Kurapika in his York New outfit, and this is a knight piece of Sokka in his wolf armor from the end of the show, including a little meteorite sword. So that is the next stretch goal. We have 15 days to do it. Nuves, of course, just won our giveaway. He is getting a free copy of the book and also the very first prints I did of these 2 Kato chess pieces. So if there's a world where we don't pass this stretch goal, Nuves will be one of the 3 people who own these chess pieces. Me, Zero, and him. So that was the value on this. There was high value in this giveaway.
And, we did say if we hit 100 more during the stream, we do another one. So if you really want that book, It'll only cost you $70
Yeah, the value.
to get in the raffle.
Yeah, you could buy a copy for 30, or you give us 70 right now, and we'll give you the opportunity. It's 12%, a 12% chance. I'm going to show the Kato chess pieces on screen, the picture we posted on Twitter, because that's a little higher quality. These are the pieces. They are unpainted because I'm not going to paint them. I'm not good enough for that, but I wanted the option for whoever receives them to paint them if they want to, or just like cover them black and white for their respective actual uses. Yeah, that is it. We have done the giveaway. Zero, do you want to keep going, or should we just end the stream?
Well, I wanted the stream, but that seems mean. So let's keep going.
We'll go for a little bit longer. How about we'll go for like another 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. We'll get a quick blitz chess game in, huh? How about that?
Oh, wonderful.
And by blitz chess, I mean no timer. I'll make 3 moves, and the game will go unfinished.
Hell yeah. Sending me the link?
I will send you a link on Discord. They cannot see my screen, I believe. So we are good, thank God. They would see all these nudes between me and you. Best salesman pitch. Oh, Nubez, if you're going to paint them, you gotta take a picture and send us. Because I think these would look great painted. I just do not have the skills for that. Accept the invite, coward.
I'm intimidated.
Why, you gotta call it? You feeling sick?
No, I was just gonna pull up my chess.com account. Someone asked about my elo.
Well, just tell them. You don't have to pull up the account.
They won't believe me.
Yeah, they won't believe it's 1150. It's too unattainable by a common man.
Surely it's a demon playing these moves.
The Kato's Gambit, you say? Interesting move. Oh, I gotta show my screen.
It's the only move either of us can start with.
Have you guys seen the new anime 86? I think Zero might find it really... I am very interested in watching that. It seems... The things I've heard about it pique my interest a lot, but I've not gotten around to it yet. I downloaded the episode.
Actually, I've not been playing as much chess as I would like to recently, so hopefully this embarrassment will be the drive I need.
Alright, guys, what's the move here? What is the move? What is the Queen's Gambit?
I started with knight to f6. Queen's Gambit is,
It's not a starting position?
Openings.
Alright, I'm just gonna make a move here. It feels right to me. Let's just do it. No, please, let me take that move back. I was just joking. Give it back. Thank you. Alright, excellent. It's like a mix of IBO and Akito the Exiled. What's IBO? Fascinating choice indeed.
I'm going for some dragons this game.
I don't know what that means.
I don't like what you're doing there.
It's too brilliant of a move, you might say. I've looked into every possible future, and that was the best one.
It's such a weird structure.
Nana says, you guys are hilarious, but I gotta go. I need to go make puppet accounts for the next giveaway. Why is she trying to scam so hard? In fact, I think you are already getting multiple books. How many books could you possibly need? Oh, Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, so he recommended that earlier.
That is an epic name. Truly badass.
Yeah, I wish my orphans had iron blood.
All right. Gambit commence.
She's gonna have a bookshelf of the Kato anthology.
Ah, yes, yes. This was a mistake. I can see it now. Well, I've already committed. You fucking pre-move that shit. You asshole. You asshole.
Just like, well, it probably won't, but just in case.
Bye, Nas.
Why did you play that? Bye, Nas. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh boy. Well, I think we're even, so it's really not that bad, but
To be fair, having regular blood in a world where everyone's anemic would make you pretty OP.
this is special hydrogen water. Yeah, he really fucked me on that pre-move. Not even like the move was obvious. He was gonna make that regardless, but it was the flex of like.
I've seen through your plans.
All right. The gambit begins.
Not everything is a gambit, alright?
But one of them will catch on. I don't know what makes a good gambit, but if I call every move a gambit, then at some point I'm gonna make a decent move, and that becomes the gambit. Interesting. Oh. It's kind of interesting that Code Geass has a lot of Gundam blood, yet is way more successful than any Gundam over here in the West. I think Gundam has a pretty negative stigma, or not like outright negative. It's just sort of like a what would you even call it?
It's like an anime that people write off.
Yeah.
At least here in the West, it's like everyone knows about it. No one intends to watch it.
Right. Okay. There we go. Genius move.
Brilliant.
Zero is playing the pre-move gambit. That's why I'm losing. I didn't pick up on it. If only I had realized it sooner. All right, I'm gonna start pre-moving. It's the only way.
It's the only way to counteract. Just pre-move everything. I will take this. I don't feel good about it.
That was the piece I pre-moved. I didn't see that one.
Oh no.
Interesting. My blind spot. The pre-move blind spot. For keeping it real, Attack on Titan is basically a mecha anime, isn't it? Yes, you are correct. I wonder if that's true. Like, I wonder if that's true on Mal. Because it's not even like, it just is, right? Like, it's not even like kind of it's a little bit of a meme, but it really is. So you probably could classify it that way on my anime list.
Classify what as a mecha? Flesh mechas.
I need a higher power level gambit move. You're entirely correct. All right, here it is. The highest power gambit move I have.
Oh. It's pretty powerful. Honestly, if I didn't just erase my pre-move, you would have won the game right there.
No, I would not. I would not overestimate my abilities to actually close it. Oh, fucking hell! I didn't even see that. That's funny. That is funny. That's you really you really cockblocked my gambit right there. Well, I have no
It was
choice
a high
but to do
T
this.
move for sure.
Um, actually, is this the move?
Hmm.
God, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. What is? Did I just lose? What happened? Oh no, I gotta move the fucking. Oh boy, huh? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The mecha genre gets an unfair stigma. I agree. It's honestly one of the best genres out there for story. Alright, here's what I'm going to offer you right now. I'm going to offer you the chance to give me one mech anime. As someone who has only ever engaged with the genre superficially, on a very surface level, give me one anime that you think will convert me, and I will watch at least some of it. You have until the end of the stream to decide.
Mecha does seem like your sort of story, or it's at least it's a genre with themes that are very similar to a story that you have considered writing before. That was a good move, damn. Are you trying to slow down the checkmate? Just die.
It only gave me one move. That was a
All
good
right.
move. That's the only one I can make. What the fuck? Alright. Alright, so the answer is no. I'm giving that opportunity to, I believe that's Heim Asna, not Helm. They have the opportunity to recommend it to me.
Brendan had the opportunity, but lost it when he said Gurren Lagann.
No, Gurren Lagann's not a bad choice.
True.
Alright, finish me off, you coward. Let's end the stream.
I'm trying.
I am only making the moves that I am legally forced to make. Alright, so it is all on you.
All right. There's just not a fast checkmate. All right. The fastest way to end the game.
Whoa. The gambit paid off. It's the stalling gambit. The running clock. All right.
Eventually, they give up and go home.
Let's close out the stream with Heim's final answer as to the one mech anime that I should watch. As soon as he gives it to us, I will close out the stream. Now, does he perform the stalling gambit and keep us here for another hour? Yeah, Gurren Lagann is probably something I would enjoy a lot. I watched one episode, liked it, and just got busy.
Yeah, didn't we watch it for first impressions?
No.
And the only reason we didn't.
No, we did not.
Huh. That's weird. I
did
feel
Code
like I remember
Geass.
watching the first episode with you.
No, I watched it on my own. We watched Code Geass together, though.
That was fun.
That was a Joseph Joestar. Alright. Heim has elected for Gurren Lagann. It has been decided. Next time we stream in 2 years, I will watch Gurren Lagann. We are going to close out the stream here. I do want to let you guys know that we might do another stream to close out the Kickstarter in 15 days. No guarantees. And it also may or may not be a drunk stream, but again, no guarantees. So, just to get the idea floating out there. We might be back later. All right.
Yeah. We're interested in doing another stream towards the end of the Kickstarter. We'll see how it goes.
Any closing words, Zero, before I call it?
Acknowledge me as emperor.
And the only way to acknowledge Zero as Emperor is to go to the Kickstarter and pledge $30 to get a copy of the physical book. Congratulations, Nubez. You've won a copy plus the first edition prints of the Kato chess pieces. Guys, thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for getting us over the $3,500 hump. We are now on our way to the second Kickstarter stretch goal. Thank you. This has been a joy.